Creating Comfort is our Go For It project for April. It's our way of marking Donate Life Month, which focuses on encouraging Americans to make organ donations. So today we are going to meet a doctor who is among the very small percentage of transplant surgeons who are also minorities. Dr. Jason Denny tells our Dr. Frank McGeorge he sees that distinction as an important advantage in relating to the African American community.
I think people that somehow have some closeness, it doesn't always have to be same race or same religion, but it definitely helps. But the people need to accept you because there's fear. And whenever there's fear, people look for familiarity. And if they can find familiarity in me, that I'm just like at the barbecue telling the guy, you know, hey, Jay, what's going to happen? Let me tell you. I think people see that.
As an African-American transplant surgeon, do you feel an extra need to go out there and talk to the African-American community?
Absolutely. I think, you know, I help all patients. However, I go where the need is greatest. I've been here since 2005, and I tell people I've been in every small church, large church, community center, from here to the UP. I just think it's helpful, and I enjoy it. It's certainly a responsibility, and I've been doing it for a while, and I think the community's happy to have me, and I'm happy to be here with that.
Another part of Dr. Denny's outreach is as a former chairperson of MOTEP, the Minority Organ Tissue Transplant Education Program.
MOTEP has been there every step of the way to help lead people through the difficult process of trying to understand what's happening, what are the myths, what's going to happen to my organ, who's going to get my organ. And we get right down to the nitty-gritty. I mean, my mother, who has 2 transplant surgeons in her family, signed up only a few years ago for organ donation at a MOTEP event, which was quite surprising. So everybody has their hurdle, and we need to meet them where they are.
What are some of the more common myths that MOTEP helps break down?
So one major myth is that if I come to the hospital, if I'm an organ donor, they won't work hard for me. And I tell people I can understand how people feel that way. We don't always know how people have engaged in the system. So the way you might look at the system is not the way they look at the system. So from their perspective, I tell them that no, I said, typically no one even discusses or knows anything about your organ donation status. You come in, you're a patient. So I tell them that it's not in the equation at all. And when they hear that message enough, they get it. So my pitch is, if you would ever consider receiving a kidney, you might consider donating a kidney. And then they say, okay, Dr. Denny, you've proven to me that it's helpful, but can you do it safely? And I said, absolutely, we can do it safely. At Henry Ford, we've been doing it safely for 50 years.
By the time someone has reached you, their kidneys have failed. What do you say to people to help them avoid getting to you?
You're in my brain. So one of the things that MOTEP has done as a foundation, which we're able to do, is talk about preventative medicine. We had a grant for that related to blood pressure. We've also just started another program called Meet the Moment. We have a website, Meet the Moment, where we're approaching young men 18 to 25 or so about their health and their contributions to the community to prevent people from needing kidney transplant, managing weight, high blood pressure, diabetes, and those kind of things.
His bottom line:
what would you want if you had kidney disease? Nobody would have to wait if everybody decided to donate.
Now, Dr. Denny says over his career, he has seen much greater acceptance of organ donation in minority communities, but frankly, we still have so much farther to go.
And the buy-in from those communities is what's so important, to get that message and to understand it.
That is so important, Karen. You know, the fact is, high blood pressure, diabetes, both so much more common in minority communities, making kidney failure much more common in those communities. Frankly, also, increasing the diversity in the donor population, that leads to increased access to transplantation for everyone. Overall, very important.
Important to have those conversations ahead of time, obviously.
No doubt.
All right, thanks, Doc. By the way, our Creating Comfort project coming up April 30th. We are asking volunteers to help us with special blankets that are given to families whose relatives choose to donate organs. It really is a wonderful program. Now, we are going to be at the Henry Ford Centennial Library in Dearborn next Tuesday. Hundreds of people have already signed up, but we do need more volunteers, especially from that 2 to 6 p.m. time period. The 2 p.m. hour has been filling up fast, so just go to clickondetroit.com to learn more about the program and find out what times are available.